And which rapper does Kanye want to speak at his funeral? Let me give you a clue. He's Canadian.
And I'm back hanging with my guys.
Hey, welcome to Side Dish. Oh, yeah, there's that jam of a song. Sky's the limit, boys and girls. Hey, guys, here at Side Dish, we're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We're the whole meal.
Yo, listen, man, we got the charcuterie out here, you know what I'm saying? There's all types of garnish. What's that stuff, the green stuff that they sprinkle on type of stuff?
Parsley.
Parsley, yeah.
Yes,
We make it look and sound good. And listen, we're not alone.
Oh, yeah, joining us tonight is our friend, lifestyle influencer, content creator, and author, Glamazon Tay. Welcome back.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing? What's new?
I'm good. I ain't been doing nothing. I've been chilling, working, but, you know, that's it. I'm boring.
That's what's up. No, working and chilling at the same time.
But I'm getting my money. I'm getting my money up.
There we go.
You know
Kind of slow, lick the finger with each paper.
No, I like to do a little money spread on my arm.
Oh, we back to that?
Kodak style.
Cool. As long as they don't bring back the phone, the money phone.
Money phone.
That was an era.
That was an era.
I wanted one time, because you know you can buy fake cash, obviously, and I wanted to like make a money phone cover, like a cell phone that literally was in a stack of cash.
Maybe get some with those Ush bucks.
Yeah.
That you get at his show. Yo, man, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching on Fox Soul and on YouTube Live, man. We love to see it. We see all those familiar faces in a place. We appreciate you, all right? Now, let's dive into this thing that makes our eyes dance. That's Feed Me. And in the sport of wrestling, every move tells a story. So let's see what this move is saying and how this wrestler is going to try to figure his way out of it. Take a look.
Yep, he's got the count going. The Spladle in the quarterfinals. Man, and there is nowhere Hardy can go from this position, and the clock just continues to tick. He's right. You cannot
position in front of others.
It's very vulnerable feeling.
Yeah.
He about to poop.
Wow.
Absolutely. Like
You doing all that, some air gonna come out.
Oh.
yeah.
That's your number one defense. It's like, all right, if this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do then.
If I'm doing one thing, I'm gonna embarrass you. That's what that's giving.
Yeah, like I would have covered my face as I left the ring. No one should ever see me coming. And I also have to fight that guy again a year to the date of that match, but in a different type of event.
And then what if it's sweaty? It's all wet down there.
Oh, guaranteed
That's
sweaty.
Too much.
Guaranteed sweaty. I saw one the other day. Man, it was like a wrestling clip that popped up like that kind of like actual wrestling. And like, this man was getting teabagged, and he's like staring at his mom over there, and she's like, "You can do it," and like it's literally sitting on the side of his face right here, and I'm just like, I don't ever want to do that at all.
Yo, man, like, did you ever play any sport when you was in school?
I mean, I did like track and field, but I was not wrestling, baby. They would have pulled my wig off and everything. It would have been too much. I was on the floor.
You know, that's one thing that most high schools do not have, a female wrestling, because I was on the wrestling team, not a chick, not one.
That's because we were smart. We wasn't doing that to ourselves.
We didn't even have cheerleaders.
Oh.
Not the whole school, but they just didn't cheer for the wrestlers.
They didn't cheer for wrestling.
They showed up for the football and the basketball players, but
Oh, you wanted the cheerleaders there?
Huh?
You wanted the cheerleaders there?
I did want them there. Because, like, you know, sometimes we as guys, we need a little bit of
Motivation.
Motivational accelerant to do our best. And
Motivational accelerant.
Yeah, it helps out. You know what I'm saying? Because we do
I
it for
love
y'all.
some high-quality motivational accelerant.
Okay.
Flame on.
There's a little video floating around social media of what is supposed to be Drake. Hopefully the Kendrick beef doesn't have him isolating himself, because Drake allegedly rented out an entire nightclub just for himself so that he could gamble and listen to Sabrina Carpenter. That's just him. That's a whole nightclub.
Interesting. You know? It reminds me of like when he was on the cover of the Views Project, when he was sitting on top of that thing in Seattle, that prominent monument. But this is like the club version of that.
I just feel like he's doing it for the gimmick. Because what?
Oh, yeah? You think?
Is
also,
that a fur?
That would be real sad. It would be real sad if it wasn't for the gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
You know how like that thing happened not too long ago where he took that shoe and was throwing it at that drone, but it was a really weird ass way to promote that gambling site.
Yeah.
So he's back with his
like
laptop.
planned.
So maybe this might be another continuation. With the confetti though.
So he does have. I think his gambling website is called Stake, and I think he's a part owner of it. So this could be another ad of some kind, but like.
You know what? I think so. Because I feel like everything with Drake kind of be planned.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like you said, with that one, it made sense. Like, with the shoe, it's like, get the people going. Like, I feel like that was planned.
Yeah, because for a second, I hope that first thing was real. Because I was trying to zoom in and see what he had on the screen, and I was hoping it was something weird.
Yeah.
something that people could use as fodder for future battles.
Yeah.
And it give me that thing like, I can stand alone by myself. I don't need y'all in the club with me. I can rock by myself. So I think it's a gimmick. Like, it's an ego stroke. Drake
A slow one off that fur?
Right.
Yeah, come on. Out the mink, the chinchilla.
What y'all think? You think he's really like in his Lonely Island era, or is he out here really, just promoting sites? Inquiring minds want to know. But speaking of Drake, his other nemesis, Kanye West, seems to have shaken off the hate that he had for the Sixth God. Now the two had an ongoing feud, but when Drake dropped his latest album, Some Sexy Songs for You, Ye surprisingly showed love, and he took it a step further with the now deleted tweet saying, I saw a video of Drake walking through his house and showing he had a library of rhyme books. Man, I wish I could have seen and remembered this when my jealousy overtook me. I love Drake. I'm gonna say this when I die. I need you to speak at my funeral, fam. That was like college dropout, era Kanye West.
Nurse, he's out again. That's what's
Oh, yeah?
Be for real. No, I'm not. You a op, you stay in a op.
So you wouldn't let a enemy speak at your funeral? I mean, you
No. What if they being nice and then I die and now they done switched up and started talking on me on my no.
No, I'm there with you. I wouldn't let an enemy speak at my funeral because the game plan is to outlive all my enemies so I can speak at their funeral. That's how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how
You straight up sneaking into funerals in disguise as surprise, it's me.
And then drop a picture of yourself in the casket. So when they close the casket, you're in the funeral you're in the casket with them, and they're buried with a picture of you.
That's diabolical.
I be thinking these things out.
Crazy.
I really do.
A guy showed up. I feel comfortable saying this because there's no chance. I mean, if one of my cousins is watching this, they'll know. But a guy showed up at one of my cousin's father's funeral and started talking about his gambling debts. Huh? Can you believe at the funeral?
So talk about your.
This would have been my cousin. Their father. So
Okay.
I wasn't actually related to father or their mother, but he shows up at his funeral, starts talking about, oh yeah, he was a great guy, blah, blah, blah. Still owes me some money from these gambling debts.
Okay, I thought you said the cousin was talking about his personal gambling debts.
No,
Okay.
he's talking about the debts of the dead man.
Oh, man.
I feel like you shouldn't have did that because he can't speak on himself. He did.
Right,
Like you should
yeah.
leave that where it's at. It's in the
Isn't that
bag.
crazy?
But if it's one of my ops, I'm popping out. I'm telling.
It does
Really?
suck when people die owing you money, though.
I'm gonna get my money.
Oh, you're gonna find it?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might take their shoes off, their clothes, the chain, or something.
Wow.
I'm gonna get my money. This the
Talk
last time?
Loot
Open that
the grave?
casket.
Nice lapel. You won't be needing this.
Slip that off. Yeah. Nice cutty ass. Let me get that.
Yeah. Diabolical. Yeah,
funny.
you one of them ones. Don't get on Glamorous
Y'all better
Auntie's
watch
wrong
me.
side.
Y'all better watch me. I'm not playing.
What's Big Sean talking about?
Oh, so I Don't F With You. Oh, we all know the Big Sean song, I Don't F With You. Well before he released the song, he went to the Carters, Jay-Z and Beyonce, and played it for them to get their opinion. Well, J and B had conflicting feelings about the song. Here's how that went down.
I heard the beat and I was just like, freestyle that and like I almost didn't want to use it. And I remember even when I was about to put my album Dark Sky Paradise out, you know, my A&R, No ID, and I remember Jay-Z and Beyonce too. I went to their house and was playing them the songs, and Beyonce was like, it's a little disrespectful. Maybe you should put Nicki Minaj on it, like so a female, like for a female's voice. And then Jay-Z was like, nah, it's hearted though. He was like, people gonna get it that it's just you having fun, like. And then I remember I was getting texts from Hov, like, every day, he sent me a text one time that was like, every day you're not putting that song out, you losing.
Oh, wow.
Damn. I was like, damn. So I almost didn't put on the album because I thought it was just kind of like, I thought it was just a little dumb. You know what I mean? Like, it was a great song, but I thought it was just like.
Yeah, every time.
That's fascinating. Isn't it funny how that works? It's like you hear this all the time, that it's like the one track that they weren't sure about, and they're like, all right, I guess I'll include it, and that's the one that's the hit. You know?
Yeah, even the ones sometimes that you made the quickest, like,
Right.
oh, I made that in 5 minutes. Like, yeah, that's a hit though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Roll with it.
I always feel like it's the one you don't expect, honestly. It's like the underdog thing.
The other thing too, though, is like it's funny because the way him saying it, feeling like it's a little stupid or whatever. It's an anthem, and what I think is like so smart about it is like when people figure out like, oh, I don't you like. everyone feels like that at some point or another. It's just the same as Beyonce's to the left, everything you know in the box to the left. Like, all women at some point or another have felt that way and sang that out loud for themselves.
Yeah,
Definitely like a timeless song.
Yeah.
And a common emotion. But between the two, because these are people who sit very high on a throne within the music space.
That's true.
Whose advice are you taking, Jay-Z or Beyonce? This situation aside, let's just say if they came to you about something, anything, they both give you advice, who you rock with? Because I feel like I'm going to go with Jay.
Oh, why?
Because Jay has been successful time and time again, and Beyonce has too, but Jay-Z's been doing it longer. Like, he survived in the drug era and the music era.
That's
one
true.
is more dangerous than the other one, the second one.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I think I'm gonna go with Beyonce. I feel like that she's been in the game, she's a staple, and she's timeless. Like, she's still doing her thing. Yeah, Jay-Z has transitioned to a businessman, but Beyonce is still, she has like an iconic brand. Nobody can compare it to her except for like Michael Jackson, to me.
No, she is like, I don't want to say the second coming, because there's only one Mike, but like, but people are going to be comparing themselves to Beyonce in the future.
Absolutely.
She's one of those iconic, statuesque type people. But sometimes, you know, especially like when it comes to music, I understand where she's coming from. Like, oh, that's a man, like girls might be upset about that because he was talking about his chick, but yo, there be guys that feel like that.
Right.
And a lot of times our opinions don't get put out there, and it made for a great record because you knew the heat coming off that couch when he made it. You know what I mean?
That's the other thing is like this is so weird. This is a little edgy, but there's lots of female songs about hating on men. Like this guy, you know, he's trash or whatever. There's a lot of that, but there's not always a lot of songs where men are hating on women.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is a trickier space to be in. Like, sure, there are some. You can all think of some, but they're fewer and far between. You know?
Yeah, where's the my neck, my back for guys?
Yeah, right? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
We don't get that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's messed up that the song was aimed at Naya Rivera, who would later die.
Yeah.
But she was alive when he made it.
I mean, that changes the narrative, but I think, unfortunately, I mean, it's still six. It's an anthem song.
It's an anthem. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think about her when I sing it, though.
You don't. No.
Yeah, I don't think about her.
I did it for the first 6 weeks. Because I'm on the radio, because like at that time I was still doing radio, so you're hearing it all the time.
yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, he really hated this girl, didn't he?
Okay.
Who still ended up getting married on the exact same day that she was supposed to get married. Was that to him or was that for Pete?
Oh,
No, there was somebody else that she was supposed to marry and didn't marry them, and I feel like it was Big Sean, and she married another dude on the exact same day.
On their wedding date?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
She's trying to eat that karma bad.
Yeah, that's why he wrote the song.
Yeah.
that's how you get a song like that written about you.
That happened to somebody I know.
Really?
Yeah, like somebody got engaged on their birthday type of vibe, and that was the day they were supposed to get married too. It was a whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So was it within the same 12 months of the first relationship dissolving and
It
then?
was like maybe like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
But
2
you
years.
still, I feel like the date is off limits. Like, what are you doing? You're trying to be spiteful.
Right, yeah. That's petty. That's petty business. Moving along, Celine Dion, obviously one of the best voices of all time. She can sing anything, so much so that you can even hear her sing people's names on LinkedIn. This is hilarious. So when she sings one of her classic hits, all right, so what happens is there's this IG page, it's called LinkedIn Lyrics, and they mash it up like this.
You open the door and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on.
Will go on.
That was
Don? Oh, man, internet creativity.
People be having time on the internet, don't they?
That Will Go On one, that went hard though. She kind of ate that.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Go On.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so what, like the way she merged it with the guy's name?
Yeah, his name was Will Go On.
Yeah.
Will Go On. I like that one.
Was he Jamaican? Will
Go On?
No.
He looked like a white dude.
He
Oh,
gave,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cousin.
My cousins.
No, he could have been a white dude like Snow. You know, like.
Oh, and Farmer?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Because he was Jamaican.
Was
right?
he Jamaican or did he just sound?
Yeah, I think
was
yeah,
Jamaican?
Jamaican. He got the Rasta hat from Hot Topic with the dreads attached.
That's crazy. 6 strands. It's like 6 strands coming out.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, man, we got to run it up to break, man. But, yo, we're going to see you in 2 minutes. There's a lot going down. And Tory Lanez did something that a lot of rappers have tried to do, but he did it successfully from jail. We'll tell you about that in a minute.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
Okay.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like, it's a spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Side Dish. Now, you remember we talked about Tory Lanez trying to record music for his upcoming album from jail and a fight broke out behind him? Well, Tory might be onto something because some of the greatest albums from some of your favorite artists were released when they were behind bars, like Tupac's Me Against the World album, which had Dear Mama on it. You also had Lil Wayne's I Am Not a Human album, T.I.'s No Mercy. It's jail. I'll even throw Slick Rick in there. He had an album called Behind Bars where he was, behind bars. Yeah. So, I think sometimes the urgency of having to do something that could create an ecosystem for yourself while you're in the penalty box maybe influences your writing ability.
The other thing, think about it like this, is like, you got no distractions.
This is true.
What else are you doing?
Sitting up doing nothing.
What else are you doing? You're not out late. You're not partying. You have very specific. You're getting 3 squares a day and 8 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah, I have a time with your hands to make some music, but I also feel like it goes with the vibe, especially if you're a rapper. It kind of makes it like you hard, you extra.
Well, not every rapper makes music for the jail crowd. You know what I'm saying? Or like hard.
But they're coming off tough.
Some do.
I would say the jail albums are tough for sure.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to make it like you roughing people up.
I can't think of any soft rappers that had to do time though either. So like now that I think about it.
Yeah, Drake doesn't have a jail album. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But like out of all these albums we've mentioned though, have you heard any of them? Have any of you guys heard any of them?
I've definitely heard tracks off of them. I haven't sat down and listened to the whole
Not
one.
the entire album, no.
Like I thumbed through the Tory Lanez album. Pretty impressive of the audio quality. They're obviously using Wi-Fi internet for the phones in there in order for that audio to sound as crispy as it sounded on the stuff I heard.
That's my thing is I don't fully understand the minutia of it. Are we talking about like, does the collect call go to the studio and he raps for however long you get, 15 minutes? And...
No, I think he snuck a phone in there and he's doing his biggest one with the phone.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's how I think it's vibing. People be on live, they be on TikTok and everything.
Yo, be doing videos, they be ordering Uber Eats.
No, get out of here.
Stuff
I don't know about the Uber Eats.
No. And stuff I've seen inmates get away with.
Uber Eats.
But they got to connect with a guard. They order it. The guard brings it to them. They ain't bringing it straight to the cell.
I didn't know that inmates were like on TikTok and stuff. I didn't know that they had like cell phones.
And it'd be so many people in there. It'd be like 5,000, 6,000 people in there sending gifts.
Really?
And everything. Yes, that's a thing.
Yo,
Jail
listen,
TikTok.
If I was locked up,
I don't know how I got on that side though.
I would be on live the entire duration of my sentence.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I would always keep it plugged in just so people can make sure I'm okay.
Yeah, they're gonna put you in that box and lock you up because you gotta be sneaky with it.
Well, because there's maximum.
Right, there's levels of
and there's somewhere like you don't necessarily have to keister it in order to get it in there. You're allowed to have it.
You ain't supposed to have no phone in jail.
But you can have an iPad, and if you have to keister that, man, you got bigger problems. But
you get an iPad, or surely they could let you have like a laptop.
Yeah.
Like a little computer.
I don't know what y'all talking about because I've never seen that. I only seen a little teeny cell phone, maybe a little Nokia, a little flip. That's it.
Yeah, nah, I know people who've been inside and they, like anything that we could do out here, they doing it in there.
Really?
It's almost like the metaverse, but jail.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Insane. Okay.
You ever heard of like just like what do you call it? Toilet wine?
Oh, toilet wine?
Toilet what?
Toilet wine.
What's that?
They be making wine out the toilet.
Oh, you're right.
All it takes is fermentation. Yeah.
And then they like stop it up and all that kind of stuff.
Then it's like they got liquor in there, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm not doing that from the toilet.
No.
Water would be my vodka. At that point.
For real, because
thank you.
Yikes.
Well, hold your head, man. Hold your head, Tory Lanez.
So on an episode of Reasonably Shady podcast, former Real Housewife of Potomac, Robyn Dixon, asked current housewife Gizelle Bryant if she's ever asked a waitress at a restaurant for this. So check it out.
Have you ever had experienced anyone asking the waiter for a cup of hot water so that they can put their silverware into the cup of hot water to clean it?
No.
No, you haven't?
Have you?
This is something that Juan did and does. Sometimes.
Of course Juan does this.
So he did it. So he doesn't do it as much now that like we're older and we go to like nicer restaurants.
Oh, okay.
But like when I first met him, and for a long, long time, it didn't like whenever we would be out at a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like, can I get a cup of hot water? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, what's this for?
Yeah.
And the hot water comes, and he takes his silverware.
Yeah.
And
dumps it in.
Puts it in the hot water.
Okay.
Because he doesn't trust that the silverware is clean.
Yes.
But it's just so like. Oh, like, I don't, I'm like, why? Like, it's just like, no, like, why?
Why are you doing this?
Yes.
Why are you doing this, sir?
I never done it, but I get it.
You ever seen somebody do it?
No, I've never seen nobody do it, but I understand why they would, because there's been times where I've eaten at certain restaurants and I'd be like, hey, can I get another fork, another spoon? Not because I dropped it, because it arrived dirty. You know what I mean?
It's rare. It's rare.
It's very rare, but I've actually been on a date with somebody and they did it.
Really?
But it didn't bother me because I understood why they did it. Cause I used to work at Red Lobster, so I know when I was washing those dishes, baby, I was just throwing them. I wasn't paying no attention.
See, and that's why we gotta boil our stuff before we use it.
Wait, so you were on a date with somebody and they asked for the cup of hot water. Did they clean yours as well, or is it just theirs?
No, so they just put theirs in there, but then I was just looking at them, but now I looked at mine and it didn't look dirty, so I was like, I'm gonna use it. Like, I wasn't gonna ask for it. But if it was dirty, I would, like you said, ask for a whole new utensil.
Yeah, because I know people be half-assing it sometimes. They hate their job, they hate their life, they just argue with somebody before they got to work, and they doing things with minimal effort.
That was me.
Yeah, well, minimal, getting that minimum wage, maximum rage life. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes these people are angry, but this wouldn't bother me that much. There is somebody I know who will order off menu, and she'll try to get the chef to come up with some sort of custom thing for her diet, and then she will send it back. And like, that's where I'm like, now you've upset me.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's like you're doing too much.
It's one thing if you order something that's on the menu and it doesn't come out right, or something's wrong with it, and you send that back. But to order something that's not on the menu, have it basically custom made for you, and then to send that back, like I saw that one time and I was like, never again.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
never
I got
again.
a friend named Trav, and this is not an inside restaurant sort of thing, but it's we'll go through the drive-thru. He's a pescatarian, right? So he don't eat, I don't know, most things that are being sold in public, right? So like we'll be ordering and he'll just complicate the order by trying to order things in some like, Magic Kingdom Fish of the Sea kind of way. And I'm like, yo, you about to get everybody food spat in. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna order our food, we're gonna bust a U-turn and come right back and you can order your thing solo because I don't want any of that hostility geared towards us.
I don't like to upset nobody that's making my food, baby. If they mad, okay, never mind, you got it. I'll go somewhere else.
Like I almost want to go into every restaurant where I'm dealing with a fast food, like, driver person and hold their hand and look them in the eye and tell them everything's gonna be okay and I'm an ally. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I don't want any of your DNA in my food.
Exactly.
I definitely, like, I pick up the tone on the, we're like, can I take your order, please, or whatever? And, like, determining their tone is, like, how simple I order. Where it's like, if they had a bad day, I'm just like, I'll have a number 2, that's it, thank you.
Oh, man, when you go to Popeyes here, you're going to adjust your tone a lot. Like, people they just ready for war at all times, man.
Fight about it.
You ever switch off and be like, hey, you got plastic utensils instead of the metal ones?
It depends. No, I don't do that. I just feel like I go with the flow. I'm not tripping.
No, I'm the same. I'm the same way. Like, it's one of those things where like years and years and years ago I did work in restaurants, and so like having been in the kitchen and been the guy who's like slides the thing, pulls the thing down so that it washes, like I feel pretty safe, you know, knowing that the stuff's pretty clean.
It's like whatever. I ain't being a big fuss.
I can only speak for Schlotzsky's. That place is clinical.
There we go.
It's the only food place I ever worked at. It's like literally my first job.
What is Schlotzsky's?
They make sandwiches.
Oh, I never heard of it.
But they like
Jersey Mike's, but Schlotzsky's.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't like Schlotzsky's as much as you like Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's like imagine if a place only made the Arch Deluxe. It's just a very fancy sandwich for fancy people who like fancy. I didn't even appreciate it when I worked there. It wasn't until after I was working there, it's like, damn, I didn't realize how good I had it when I could have made whatever sandwich I wanted when I worked at Schlotzsky's.
Jersey Mike's me then.
All right, moving on. Nelly and Ashanti, obviously couple goals. The perfect example of when spinning the block goes good. But does Nelly have his ex, Chantel Jackson, to thank for that? She shared a video saying she left him to give him space to see if it'll bring them closer, but it just brought him to Ashanti.
I left because I wanted initially, I guess, space to see maybe will the space bring us back together, or do I need the space because I just need to rip off that Band-Aid? So, and initially I wanted the space or the break to rip that Band-Aid off. But no, like, no ill will, nothing bad. Just sometimes people don't work out. People grow apart. Like, sometimes one person might want to be still in the situation and the other person is like, this isn't working. It happens, you know?
Do you ever do this, ever try this? I think it's a bad idea.
I feel like I mean, if I give you space, I'm only giving you like a couple weeks. I ain't gonna give you enough to go latch onto somebody else now.
What happens after that couple weeks? Do you circle back around, or are you hoping they circle back around to you?
If it's working, if I really, really miss you and I feel like I want to be with you, like, yeah. But if I take a step back and it's not going anywhere, no, I don't feel like she should have did that. She gave him too much space.
Right. You give somebody too much space, they're gonna take it all.
Yeah, like,
keep going. You know?
Especially a person who has options.
Right.
Like, you're Nelly. You know what I'm saying? If you give Nelly space, he's gonna figure out a way to park that car someplace else. Yeah. And I mean, and
They were together for 7 years.
That's a long
7 years is
time.
a good chunk of time. But also, like, if you're not married in those 7 years and you don't have a family starting in those 7 years, like, I mean, not that marriage and kids is for everyone, but I think if it's clear that he kind of wanted that, or at the very least, it was going to be something that he did want in the future, you know, because that's where he's at now. To me, those are like indicators where it's like if somebody wants this and you don't have it for 7 years, there's something's wrong with this relationship, even if it's not obvious.
I feel like that step wasn't made. So at that point, like you're saying, it's like either piss or get off the pot.
Right.
So I feel like he done got off the pot with Ashanti boo.
And it sucks when you lost your dude to a person whose songs you just might hear on the radio.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like you just chilling, mind your own business as Chantel Jackson, and Happy comes on. And now you're the opposite of what the song is supposed to make people feel. And then Baby, Baby, Baby comes on. It's just a cruel reminder that Ashanti just had a baby, 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 baby. It's rough, man. You got to find somebody to work at a kiosk in a mall and just, you know, treat them real good.
Well, at least you know that wasn't her person.
Treat them good.
That wasn't her person.
And also, too, for everybody out there thinking about taking a break, say you're going to take a break and then smother.
And then smother?
Yeah, because like, yo, a break is an escape route. Don't give me no break.
That's what I was trying to say at the top. Is like, you think, okay, I'm gonna give this person space and they're gonna come back to me and they're gonna figure things out. No, they are not. They're gonna say, great, cool, deuces, see you later.
To me, space is like, okay, it's getting a little toxic. You're crowding me. I need to space out, see what I need to do. But I'm not taking space unless I'm out to pick up my...
I feel like the way you...
Like, they what?
Like, the other thing is, it also depends on how you get into it, where you're like, hey, things are a little awkward, we need to take I need to take a little time here. I need like a week or whatever. It's like, okay, that's one thing, which is like clear the air, clear the space for a moment. But when you get talking about like, oh, I'm going to step away and months are going to go by, it's over.
But I wonder if she was getting space because he wasn't like showing up, and now he's showing up with Ashanti. That would be the worst. Like, I basically gave you my man.
Sometimes people's energies just don't be in alignment. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you might check all these boxes in one way, but for whatever reason, there's something there that make you not the one. I'm sure everybody out there has dated somebody that like they didn't want to have kids with, then had kids with the next person that they like was in a relationship with.
The worst.
Yo, let me hit.
That's the worst.
Are you familiar with the phrase or the term like good luck Chuck? Are you familiar with this?
I heard of it, but I never really knew what it quite meant.
Is that a no?
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay, so a good luck Chuck is like, we're getting into it, guys. So I have been good luck Chuck 8 times. Oh. What good luck Chuck is I'm dating a girl and we're in a relationship and then it ends for whatever reason. And then she marries the next man.
Oh, like the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said 8 times?
8 times.
You're lying.
On God.
Oh my God.
8 times.
You're building women up to get married.
I'm out here helping women become their best self.
It's your superpower.
That's my superpower.
Oh.
8 times.
That's nuts.
Alter-ready Tanner in the building.
Well, that's the thing is like I didn't recognize. Well, so I've been going to therapy, guys. I didn't recognize at the time that perhaps this is where they were at and they were ready for it. And the reason that this is applicable for this story is like maybe Nelly wasn't there, but it was because of this space that he got there. Does that make sense?
I could dig it.
It's like the development and the reflection upon his relationship with Chantel that put him back there for Ashanti.
But do you feel like those 8 people who like went on to get married after they dated you, do you feel like they was ready to be married during the time they were dating you and that just wasn't necessarily what your mental trajectory was?
Oh, highly likely.
Okay.
Yeah. Highly likely where it's like there was a couple, like looking back and I was like, oh yeah. I wasn't as serious about her as she was about me. I'm sorry.
So technically they should have went on.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a negative thing. It's a good thing. I think they're all, as a matter of fact, I think they're all still married. So so it's good. It was good. That's the right thing.
Yeah,
like the Nelly and Ashanti.
If you're trying to get married, come see Tanner.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. While I unpack that, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you about a man who said "F them kids" when it comes to leaving a financial legacy. We're going to explain that and how he cashed out in 2 minutes.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off
We are given the platform here with no fear.
always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Welcome back. Hey, when it comes to cheating, oh, not cheating, let's take it back. Welcome back. When it comes to creating generational wealth for the future, this surgeon says, F them kids.
Man, this surgeon, okay, so retina surgeon Dr. Park is going viral for treating himself over building generational wealth. So in this TikTok video, he explained why he won't have trust fund babies, but instead he's trusting them babies to fund themselves. Check it out.
This is an apology video to my future children. Unfortunately for you, I fear there will be no generational wealth waiting for you upon your arrival. Not because I can't get started on that today. It's just that I don't want to. Like, I just paid off $350,000 worth of medical school debt, and now I have to keep saving and not expand my lifestyle. And like, I love you and all, but you might still hate me even if I raise you right. And statistically, you're going to piss away my hard-earned money in 1 to 2 generations. So as your father, who was not raised with anything, he is going to do himself for the foreseeable future. And I tried, like, actually I was going to a coffee shop to kind of straighten out my finances because I have all this extra discretionary cash now that my loans were paid off. And I just somehow ended up at the local Porsche dealership. Now I am somehow on the wait list for a 911 Turbo S. Chalk colored paint. So I tried. I also bought a $130 tube of toothpaste.
I'm so intrigued. I want to know more.
$130 tube of toothpaste.
It's probably like little granules of gold in it or something like that. You find that on World's Most Expensive. Or the Goop website, perhaps.
That generational wealth slaps, though, you know, if you can get it, if you can build that.
I mean, I guess. But dang, he said, sorry, babies, fund yourself.
You know, I think it's easier to say when you don't have kids than it is. Like, I bet you if he had kids, his whole philosophy would change. Unless he's a selfish only child who's always been taught that way. And I know sometimes, you know, based on where I can maybe assume he's from, a lot of times that culture be like, man, y'all go figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but is he being selfish or is it make total sense?
I think it makes total sense right now. Also, like, I'm not that worried because if he just paid off $300,000 of student debt and he just put money down for a new Porsche, like, I don't know how much a retina surgeon makes, but I'm assuming it's big bank. And so, like, next it's going to be a house and then maybe a vacation house. And then after that, at that point, he's building generational wealth. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, what classifies it as generational wealth? Like, he can spend his money now, and then when he died, that's the money that's going to go to them. Or do you feel like he can't splurge nothing right now? Because he acting like he can't splurge nothing right now.
I mean, just going based off what he said, he about to trick off by that Porsche, and he'll probably go from the $130 toothpaste to $230 mouthwash. There's levels to this. You can't go backwards sometimes, but like what Tanner was saying, if you do get the big house and you do leave it behind for your kids, that is setting them up for the win. Yeah. But he's selfish enough to where it sounds like he might just rent a really nice house and not even buy it just so you don't have nothing. They won't be able to afford these taxes.
Yeah. For him, so by the way, Arlene, our producer, just Googled it, and it looks like retina surgeons can make up to like $450K some odd year.
Oh, wow.
Like almost $500,000 a year. That's big bank.
He's going to have wealth, though. It's, like, unless he's really going nuts. But I mean, then again, he got $30 toothpaste. Like,
that part bothers me because I don't know that $130 toothpaste is any better than my Crest. You know what I'm saying?
And are you squeezing that from the bottom to make sure you get every little?
Yeah. Do you roll it up? Do you roll that?
So you get every little itty bitty part.
Do you brush your teeth and then swallow it? It's $130. What in the world?
But that thing need to be saving my teeth. I don't need no dentures, no nothing.
Yeah.
Preserve my teeth.
We've all made a stupid splurge though. Like I definitely kind of splurged on my last vehicle, and there are points all the time where I'm like, is that the smartest move? No, but I like it.
But that's something you can use every day versus something disposable.
Right.
That's like me getting floss. It's like $300.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just throwing it away. That's a little nuts.
Yeah, there's so money, but whatever floats your boat makes you happy, people.
Yeah.
Floss away. Floss away. Listen, y'all, it's time for us to run to the comments. This is where something is posted online and the true joy comes from the comments, which could go from brutal to hilarious. Now, in this video, this man looks like he will defend his fishing spot to the death. But will his clothing be able to withstand the fight? Check it out.
Are you threatening me?
Oh, wow.
Telling you right now, bud.
This can't be real.
I'm the wrong dude.
That's not
okay?
Abu.
This
Those wooden knives.
No.
That's what it is, bud. Listen,
No.
I don't want to hurt you. Kumite. Have you ever heard of a Kumite? 1987 Kumite champion right here.
Get out of here, Bloodsport.
These right here, go that way.
Wow.
Yo.
The only.
That's different.
I don't know if he was. Which fight was he losing the most? Was his shirt losing the fight the most?
His shorts.
His shorts losing
That
the
butt
fight.
was going to bust.
Probably the battle with diabetes is the fight that he's gonna lose.
Oh my God.
He might be able to maintain it and get it to pre, but eventually it may overtake him.
Oh no, it's taking his toes. Let's get to the comments. I do.
Yeah, man, let's run it up. At LuckyVet.222 says, I want a relationship as strong as the stitch work on those shorts. Talk to me, Mom.
Yes.
Lobo says he must mean KFC champion.
Oh, okay.
What?
It says 1987, user whatever says 1987, the year his shirt used to fit correctly. Dang.
Yo, y'all savage. At IBZ Justice says, forget Kumite and try keto.
And Martin says his biggest battle was the day that getting those the day that he was getting those shorts on. I told y'all it's the shorts.
Yeah, I did. That man, his clothes are stressing me out.
Yeah, his clothes are stressed out. Because I would imagine to get those shorts on with that build, because he's built like Time for Timer. I don't know if you ever used to watch the ABC thing when they would be like, hey, it's Timer. He probably had to lay on the ground and then shimmy his pants on.
They don't make clothes like that no more. They make them cheap so you can keep buying them. Them from back in the day.
Yeah.
Dungarees.
Like, look at them.
What kind of shoes we got going on here? Some loafers? What's he doing out here?
Oh, it's hard to tell. But yeah, man, like.
And those looks like some DIY nunchucks.
And what's going on with the bag?
Come on.
Do we got briefs on?
There's a dog out there.
And if there's alligators anywhere around there, they're just waiting for the day he just falls on his side and rolls towards that water.
Just big and nasty, honey.
Oh, man.
Like
Big
a human
and nasty.
rotisserie.
Ooh. I believe those nunchucks were kept in his back pocket, which he keeps them things on him. I stay strapped.
You know I
He
keep
don't
it on
need
me.
to. All you gotta do is sit on somebody. It's over.
Gosh.
Are you nice at fishing? Can you do anything outdoorsy?
I like to watch and eat the fish.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You know,
Respect that.
I don't do too much though.
I definitely used to do fishing. And here's the thing is as a person who grew up in the country, you do have your secret fishing spots. Like there are little spots, your little lakes and places that it's like, oh, this little creek right here, or this part of the river, or this is where there's some underwater habitat. So it's like you do get protective of your fishing spots.
Yeah, I have really weird, skewed memories of fishing and how it really, truly works. Because, I got a granddad who lived in Far Rockaway, Queens, and, the buildings he lived in, the beach was right there. So I remember we would always go to the beach and just catch things, and we would catch a crab. But, me showing up solo, I have never caught anything in my entire life.
Yeah.
And last time I went fishing with my dad, I brought a radio with me, and apparently you're not supposed to do that because it scares the fish off. We didn't catch nothing.
You know, fish hate music.
I learned that day. I definitely learned that day. Yeah. Oh, man, listen, man, we got to run back the break. But when we come back, man, we are less than 10 minutes away from everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? See you in 2.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
Shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Side Dish. All right, guys, hold on to your phones because we got new emojis about to come and hit these streets. Next month, 8 new emojis are going to drop in the new iPhone update, which is going to be iOS 18.4.
And some of these new emojis include a smiley face with under-eye bags,
Ooh.
clearly by popular demand, a fingerprint, purple splatter, because everything is a mess these days, and a root vegetable that resembles an onion.
Also, there's gonna be a leafless tree, a harp, shovel, and a flag. The island of Sark, a flag for the island of Sark, which is part of the Channel Islands. So, man, what took them so long?
If I'm in the Channel Islands and I'm on the island of Sark, I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, finally! I'm just sending my flag to everyone I know.
I feel like the onion one is like my favorite.
The onion one?
Because it's gonna resemble like onion booty.
Okay. The fingerprint one, how would you use that one in a message?
Damn, that's tricky. Also, purple splat.
Oh, man.
Feels suggestive, right?
It's gonna be big in Houston. They're gonna be like, you spilled my lean.
Oh.
I was thinking that though, low key.
Yeah. I will definitely like shovel, grave emoji, like you're digging your own grave, pal. There we go. I'm into that.
I do like that one.
Throw the pictures back up one more time because I feel like we missed one.
The weird saggy eye faces.
That's the official emoji for 420.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the tree is like, hey, do you have any of that? And that's how you get that top result right there. Now,
and then the harp, that could be like music to my ears.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Music to my ears.
Man, like, why did it take so long for us to get the harp? Like, is there any emojis that went away that you would like to see brought back? Because I want them to bring back the gun.
Well, they made it a toy gun. The OG gun was...
Yeah, I want them to know it's not a game.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want that? You don't want that one?
Not with a real gun.
Okay, this might be a bit of a hot take here, but like, it's a little, I think it's a little messed up that we have an emoji, which is a cartoon drawing of blind people. Oh. Which one of them approved it?
Yeah.
Why can you imagine? They can, it is that emoji, but it's like, what blind person was consulted about this?
But when I use it, I always think about it like.
Wait, you use it?
I do, because it's like the blind leading the blind.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's
It's like, I don't know that there's a right way to,
Oh, blind date.
I don't want nobody to send me
that's
that
what I'm saying.
emoji.
Is like that emoji to me is like a little problematic.
Or a blind item.
Yeah, sure.
Perhaps.
Yeah. But that's my thing. It's like you're not sending it to one of them.
Actually, you can because it'll read it out. It'll say it's a blind emoji.
Really? Wait, I've never seen this.
Like blind people with their phone, it reads their messages.
Really?
It does.
Yeah, my uncle, when he before he passed away, he had ALS, and when he couldn't type, like everything I would type back to him, he would be able to respond and also see and hear everything just as good. Like, yeah, technology's crazy, man. They give you a little attachment, I guess, for your phone to make it do all the things.
Yeah, you know what? I never thought about that. I never thought about how a blind person would use an iPhone. And also, if there are any blind people listening right now, I apologize if that's offensive.
I'm trying to see.
Why don't they call it an earphone?
Oh.
Sorry.
That is a good.
That wasn't bad.
I'm trying to see what emoji I use the most. So if you was to go into your top 5 emoji usages.
Oh my God, which ones do I use?
Let's see. What do you do? You hit the thing and it pops up?
Yeah.
I use this guy a lot. I'm tossing this guy out a bunch.
Oh, the Kanye shrug?
I like the
I don't know. Sorry,
like
pal.
Yeah, I got the laughing, crying face, the upset, frustrated face a lot.
Oh, you be using cutesy emojis. Who them for?
People I know. A few stickers in there.
I like the little winky kiss with the heart. You know what I'm saying?
I like the heart eye one.
Yeah.
It's
I got a light skin okay hand and a dark skin okay hand.
Oh, okay.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm in a darker mood, I just use the darker hand.
Ooh.
Like in the summertime, like, you know, like we put outside sand. Like, this
The
is what I
dark,
look like.
I like the first time I received like a dark hands thing, I was like, oh wow, I didn't even, I didn't even know they came like that.
Do you have any white friends that send you like black hand emojis?
No, I don't. I don't.
He tried to catch you.
No, but they're like, it's nice that our phone is reflective. Like I still use yellow. I still use yellow stuff like I'm a Simpson, but they have the white option. I don't know why I don't use it.
See, yellow is neutral. You don't. That's a safe option.
Okay, yellow is safe.
Yeah, sometimes people send an emoji, be like, yeah, you a little bit darker than that, fam.
You know what dragged me on social media though, because I was using like the little white girl emoji with the blonde hair because I had like blonde hair.
Was it this one? The one where she's like,
yeah, and it was like, girl using a white girl emoji. I'm like, I'm just using it for the hair reference.
So they didn't have more than one color of person to use for that
At
particular
that time,
emoji?
no, it wasn't like somebody my skin with blonde hair. No.
Yeah, so they gotta roll it out for everybody.
You know.
Like, we talked about it on an earlier episode of Side Dish. We're like only like maybe 15 years into the Black People Band-Aids.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're the ones that. Yeah. And now they have them in different shades. Like from Drake to Wesley Snipes. You can have a Band-Aid that could fit your
Drake
skin
to
color.
Wesley
We love inclusion, honey.
Wow.
Use it all, man. Drop it in the comments, man. Let us know which emojis they should use next. But in the meantime...
Oh, man. Okay, Glamazante, you've been here before. We need your help solving the crime. Do a little racial profiling.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to play everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? We'll see you in 2.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and the Nightcap is the late-night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back. Hey. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
Okay, so just I know you're familiar, but I'm just going to refresh for everyone out here. We don't know the answers when we get into this. It's always a ridiculous crime. We don't know the clues. The reactions are 100% real. Glamazante, are you ready to go on this adventure with us?
I'm ready.
All
Take
right.
me on there.
Okay.
You did really good last time.
Yeah,
I think
you
you
did
actually
great.
figured out who it was who
Yeah.
did the crime, so you're a sleuth, if you will. So let's get to it. It's going to all make sense, so everybody in the chat and the comments keep up with us. All right, when swiping right goes all the way left. So there was a 43-year-old Vegas woman who got slapped with a 21-count indictment following a 2-year investigation.
Ooh, that's right, HK. We're talking several counts of wire, mail, and bank fraud, identity theft, kidnapping, one kidnapping turned deadly, and a resurrection. This woman was on all the apps collecting dates. She's on the apps collecting dates like Infinity Stones. But instead of being DTF, which is down to fun, she was down to drug, rob, and dip out on these sugar daddies. And the ladies were not off limits either, evidently.
Per investigators, 3 unsuspecting suitors met their demise on the Vegas Vixen's romance scam on steroids, while a 4th slipped into a coma but later rose from the dead. Won't he do it?
Yeah, can I get an amen or an oh my? She allegedly hit him up style by blowing hundreds of thousands of stolen dollars on luxury goods and even tried to sell $3.3 million of a victim's Apple stock, but couldn't withdraw the funds.
Guess crime doesn't always pay. All right, now there's a lot of angles here. Whose cousin is it? Is it
Would that be a cousin like mine, one of the yellow emoji people?
Or would it be me and Tay? Or other.
Or other cousin. Okay. It's interesting. That's a wide list of crimes.
That was.
It is.
Like when I was going to like bank and wire fraud, like I wanted to lean, I honestly don't know which way to go, to tell you the truth. Like I wanted to lean to my people, but there's just so much going on. I have no idea.
I was kind of leaning to my people, but then when they said identity theft, I was like, maybe you're chilling. And then there was something about the Apple, right? Apple stock?
Trying to sell Apple stock.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of the new hustlers are a lot more stock literate than they used to be like 10, 15 years ago. And I remember Cardi B saying something to the effect that, like, yeah, back when I was in my flipping days, we used to like drug people and rob them and take them as his money, you know, allegedly. But I definitely think I saw a video with her saying it. So I'm gonna put it on other, and I'm gonna get specific and say the Dominican.
Oh, shots fired.
Just based off of my research and the things that I've seen.
You know what? That honestly isn't a bad idea. I'm like in between Dominican and like Tanner's cousin.
There's got to be some of my cousins in the DR, you know?
Yeah.
No?
I think it's your cousin.
You think it's my cousin?
I do, because
What makes
she
you think
getting away with so much stuff? Like,
it's the confidence to keep going.
yeah, it's like, come on now. Like, if that was me, they'd be like, all right, now you down, clink, clink. I feel like with you, it's like
The fact that she continued to get away with this for so long.
Yeah, there was so many different things and miscellaneous things and random.
And then the fact that she was bold enough to try to sell a dead man's stock. Like,
I mean, it's easier to sell it when they're no longer here versus them fighting it. Like, I had to approve this transfer. You know what I mean?
Kidnapping, man, that's wild. This does, okay, now I'm coming around. This is high level caucasity. This is like.
It is.
Yeah, this feels, okay, I'm with you, Tay. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna hover over other, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
And, you know, as we always do at this time, move that van.
Oh, boy. Yep, yeah, Aurora Phelps. Is that Michael's sister? What the heck?
I knew it. She was doing the most.
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge. Is that 100% from the mountains of Caucasus?
She is.
That looks
Okay.
100%,
Yeah.
100% white.
She also looks like, I don't know if you remember like the trend that was going on, the Momo challenge. She looks like Momo before like whatever happened to Momo's eyes.
The Momo challenge?
You don't remember
the
Momo?
Momo
Oh my
challenge.
God, hopefully we could throw this up in the chat and post. Listen, not in chat, but like on the screen. Yo, Momo, you don't remember like it was all the things like don't look at the Momo video?
Oh, the crazy woman coming out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Like, you do get Momo.
Yeah, it gives the Momo vibe.
Momo Jr.
What was her name? Something Phelps?
Aurora Phelps.
Aurora Phelps. Let me just Google Aurora Phelps real quick.
Especially the eye kingy.
Okay,
The eye
Aurora
king.
Phelps. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she has an Instagram.
Oh really?
She's still active?
Wait, hold on. That's not her. That's a different Aurora Phelps.
Okay, I was about to say, what was her last update?
I was just gonna see if she's still on the apps because I enjoy toxic women.
She might have the same phone service that Tory
Well,
Lanez
you better
had.
stop. She took your whole identity.
Holy crap! They are currently seeking the FBI. I'm at the FBI. They're currently seeking more information about her.
So she's still out?
Okay. Oh, she has aliases. The plot thickens. The FBI's Las Vegas division is seeking to identify potential victims of Aurora Phelps, a.k.a. Aurora Flores, Aurora Velasco, and Aurora Alvarez.
Okay. So honestly, you kind of got a point because you was right.
To quote the group DeBarge, time will reveal. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
But see, that's why she was able to do it because she was playing with Tanner's cousin and then she was going to the Dominican thing.
There she is. There's another photo of her.
Honestly, she's passing for it. I can see it.
She looks better in these photos.
That is definitely Momo.
I would probably swipe right on her.
Really?
I don't know.
And she would swipe everything you have.
Busco nuevas amistades.
He be calling us about,
Does anyone know what that is?
I got my underwear on.
Look at her profile. It's like, I am looking for friends. No fake people. No gentle falsa.
Now she put a little bit of Spanish in
She's
there.
got
to trick it
Spanish in
out.
there?
How dare you talk about no fake people and you're a fake person?
Yeah, I know. Like, come on.
Yo, shout out to the racially ambiguous people who could be whoever they want depending on the situation.
She's switching it up.
Yo, like my Filipino homeboy could be Spanish, he could be Muslim, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I love
shout
people
out to
like
Joseph.
that.
Yeah.
Diversify.
Yeah, man.
That's
Well, anyway,
so
man,
funny.
we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And Glamazon, say thanks for rocking
Thank you so
out.
much.
Y'all know I got y'all.
Hey, for anybody who's watching and they're not familiar, where can they find you? Where can they find more about you and what you got going on?
Y'all can find me on YouTube or Instagram at Glamazante or go on my website, glamazante.com. Buy something, help a sister out.
There we go.
What are we selling today?
My books, I got courses, love, everything.
Man,
I
it's
need
a
to get in the
one-stop
course
shop.
game.
Come on.
Let me tell you, how to find yourself a husband. Date me.
Oh my God, you should come out with an ebook.
Oh!
You can rent people for like $100. I would pay $100 to talk to you about 2 months and then bounce.
Oh, wow.
Give me a man.
This is my
I
new
mean, not
service.
man, but you know.
Yeah.
Side dish to side gig.
Hey.
It's happening over here, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up on us, man. We gonna catch you on the next lap. And don't forget to like and subscribe and tell a friend and an enemy, all right?
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Scrolling with Jen and V. We are your hosts, Jen and V. Jen, what's up, boo?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
All right,
Welcome
let's
to the show.
Yes, welcome in. Let's get into these topics. I'm ready. You ready, Jen?
I'm ready. I'm always
We
ready.
got our
I'm
baby
game.
ready.
I'm game. Yes, we do.
Hey.
Yes, we do. And you know, I'm always down for a drink.
Hey.
So,
All right. So
Yeah.
now we got our favorite section. What's our favorite section, Jen? You ready? The comment section. Baby, we love to fly to them comments to
do.
see what are y'all
We
talking
do.
about when it comes to these funny, interesting videos.
Yep.
So I got something for you, JB.
What's up?
All right. So I had a user, Brandon Jamal Entertainment.
Oh,
He
okay.
posted a single mom's